Hey everyone, how's it going? The name's Orange Knight XP and welcome back to the Conquerors 3 Beginner's Guide on Roblox. Now, in the last two episodes, I went over creating units and setting up your first section of the Empire. But now we want to actually conquer some people. But before we get to conquering, I need to do something first. I said I'd talk about layered units in this episode, and you'd be right. So first things first, I'm going to be utilizing a new type of unit. Now the rotating thing messed up again, as usual. That kind of thing happens. So it's sort of off with my setup, but I'm okay with it. Besides, it can come in handy. So anyway, what I'm making right now is a tank factory. A tank factory comes in handy because with a tank factory you can, well, make tanks. Tanks have a lot of health and they do lots of damage to soldiers. But even with all of that set up, I need to start conquesting the enemies right away. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and split up my soldiers a little bit. So what I'm doing here is I'm bringing my soldiers around and into each other. So right now I have specific groups of soldiers. So I will separate the 3 light soldiers from the 7 heavy soldiers that I have. Now I can send these 2 squads out, so I'll send the light soldiers in for like easier missions and the heavy soldiers for the main conquest. The other thing that I need to do is I need to start making tanks, so let's get to that part. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to make, just like before, different types of tanks. And that sound indicates that now I can have even more soldiers. So now I can add an extra light soldier to the mix, and along with it, I'll be sending some backup, some light tanks. Now you can also make explosives and anti-air tanks. Anti-air tanks help with taking out things like space units and also ships and planes. And the explosive ones are suicide tanks, basically. If you ram those into enemy buildings, then they'll explode and deal damage to any buildings that they run into, as well as units within the area. So that can come in handy as well. Now I've set up my 2 tanks, so now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and start preparing for conquering other sections. Now you can actually split different types of groups. By using the numeral keys, you can swap between 2 different groups. In this case, I have 2 groups. I have group 1, which contains my heavy soldiers, and soon to be also my heavy tanks along with it, and group 2, which contains my light tank and light soldiers. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my tanks over here to this section along with my soldiers. And what I'm going to do, I'll go to 3 for this one, I'm going to create a transport ship. And I can use this to get my soldiers over there to that section where I can start conquering easily. As for army number 1, I'm going to start getting those into conquest immediately. So what I want to start doing immediately is I just want to rush to this section here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the shift for this. So I want to move my soldiers this way so that they come around. Once they do that, I want them to go this way and head towards this power crystal here. So once they get to that power crystal, then I'll be able to go ahead and do a lot more interesting setups. Purple's got all of his soldiers over here, and I can hear combat. Here's Purple is in even more conquest than before. Oh wait, no, it's Yellow. Yellow's attacking Red's things. His battleships, destroyers, and a gunboat. Okay, Yellow might have some naval supremacy coming their way. So I have a transport ship. And it's lagging again. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to take my transport ship, garrison my troops, like so with N, of course. And then I can bring those troops over to the mainland here. So with that out of the way, first I want to check on my first squad and see how their mission's going. Alright, they made it to their destination. I'm going to build a nuclear plant here. Actually, you know what? Let's go a little bit further. I don't need just a nuclear plant. I'll just build here, instead of a nuclear plant, I'll build a power plant, because we're going to save up for another different type of building that will also come in handy. I'm going to build an airport. Now, airports are very handy because they give you aerial supremacy. And planes can go ahead and move wherever they want on the map. They don't exactly need to only stay on the ground. They can fly over seas, whereas land troops and sea troops are designated in specific areas. Aerial troops can go to wherever they want. So now that I have the power plant up, I'm going to build myself an airport, which will come in handy. So now I have an airport set up here. I'll need to guard it well, because while it is in the center of the map, it's pretty susceptible to being attacked by other units. And so far, yellow's making their way to blue, so we'll reunite pretty soon. Red's starting. Is purple starting another fight? Purple's taking out black stuff. Oh, he did well with that, definitely. Blowing flag. Oh, it's a Jeep, actually. I didn't realize that purple had a Jeep. Well, you know. Alright, so moving onwards. So I should soon have my planes. Yep, my airport's set up. I can make planes, which cost much more than tanks do. But first, I want to go ahead and make something to defend this place. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a turret. Turrets can go ahead and cover a nice range area, and they'll attack anyone that enters their line of sight. They're not as strong, but they come in handy. Purple's coming here, so we'll be able to reunite with my troops. I forgot that I have my other troops over here on this segment. I should release them. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess 2's setup disappeared, sort of. I don't know how. Oh no, I have a tank stuck. Want to click this stuff out. I'm gonna have to sell this tank. Something that's been going on recently is the game's been buggy, and sometimes some units will spawn in the ground, which will end up getting them to kill themselves. So, just be cautious about that. So right now my conquest is going pretty well. I've gotten a good setup over most of the world as of right now, which is turning out nice. Making a bunch of power plants. So I'm saying at 120 cash per minute, which is really good, because now I can easily take over specific areas. So with that out of the way, I think I can stop this segment here. And the next one will start actually attacking other people's bases, and you guys will be able to learn some effective information with fighting enemies. But for now, that'll be it for this segment. So part 3 is completed. I will bring part 4 soon. And remember, keep fighting out there. The battle shall be won. Hopefully by us.